this is one of the most important steps that you need to follow. Now, this is mandatory. It's an obligation. If you don't use this, if you don't follow this, it's going to be very difficult for you to actually have a lot of success and for you to be very effective, for you to have a lot of clients that are going to set up appointments and are going to come in. Now, it's very important your projection, your energy, your delivery, all of these things, your voice, your tone, your aggressiveness, but in a positive way, not in a negative way. When you're informing the client, you have to sound enthusiastic. You have to be energetic. You have to be positive. You have to be loud. Don't whisper. Don't and you can't be negative either. If you have an attitude, you got to put it away. It's not going to work over the phone. Customers are going to make decisions based on you. It's either they like you or they don't. And if they don't like you, they're not going to show up. And guess what? I'm losing business. We're losing business. And that's not going to work. So you need to understand all of these. Matter of fact, let's write them down. I'll re-list them in a different order. Number one, attitude. You got to have a positive. You got to have a good attitude. No negative attitude. Don't give anybody an attitude. And if you don't know if you are or you're not, just put yourself in their position. Okay, you have to deliver the information in a positive way. They may ask you a couple more questions, or they may ask you something that you don't like. Don't give them an attitude. I don't want to hear it. I don't want you to use that, because believe it or not, it makes a big difference. Other people could hear you within the department. I may hear you myself. Customers are going to take it in a negative way. And even if it's not an appointment or a potential, new business, it doesn't matter. You don't want to give any attitude over the phone. That's the worst thing you could do. They're over the phone. Put yourself in that position when you call. When I call any company and they give me an attitude, I chew them up. I don't care who they are. I chew them up, because I don't deserve someone to give me an attitude regardless of what I'm calling for. So that's number one. You have to use a good attitude towards every single customer, regardless of the situation. Number two, good energy. You need to have good energy. When you're informing the client, you have to project your energy, project the information in a way where they could feel the energy. Don't just tell them, look, your policy's canceled. Let me see, when can I help you? Can you make it in today or possibly tomorrow? Well, you're driving without insurance and you're taking a risk, and I don't want you to be involved in an accident. What would happen if you get involved in, if you get pulled over and you get a ticket? These are things that are very important. No. Don't use that type of energy. You have to use more energetic. You have to sound more energetic. You have to sound more enthusiastic. You have to let the customer know that you care about your situation. Sir, I understand your situation, but you're driving without insurance. Now, just simply imagine you get pulled over. What are you going to tell yourself? What are you going to tell yourself? What are you going to tell your family for paying money out of pocket that you should have kept by making a decision? What if you get pulled over? What are you going to tell yourself? Sir, you know what? I'm curious. What would you tell yourself if you get pulled over right now? Let's just imagine you're driving, you get pulled over, you get a ticket, and you're going to pay $700. You're going to pay $1,000. What are you going to tell yourself? That's the energy that I want to see from you. That's the energy that the client deserves. Don't call customers. If you're going to make phone calls, if you're going to be working within the call-in center department, you need to sound alive. You need to sound awake. You need to use a good energy, some good projection. You need to get your point across. Customers are gonna be maybe they're half asleep. You're just gonna wake them up. Sir, your policy's canceled. What time can you make it in? You know what? I don't want you to wait until tomorrow. I want you to come in today. How soon can you make it today? Don't use a boring approach. Don't use the typical, the average. Can I speak with Andrew? Andrew, how are you? This is Rudy from Family Insurance. Your policy's canceled. I just wanted to call you just to give you a courtesy call. How soon can you make it? Just keep in mind your policy's canceled. You're driving without insurance. To me, that's a robot. That's anybody can make those calls. Matter of fact, just record. Let's record a message and run the message. You got to get into character. So you have to show second. You have to show some enthusiasm. Be enthusiastic. Okay. Show some positive, good energy. Your tone has to be loud and powerful. You have to get your point across by using a stronger delivery. Don't just use a common, can I speak with Mr. Customer? Mr. Customer, this is Rudy from Family Insurance. Your policy's canceled. I wanted to see how soon can you make it. No, sir, Andrew, how are you today, Andrew? Fantastic, Andrew. I'm Rudy, by the way. I'm calling from Family Insurance. Just wanted to let you know that your policy has not been activated for the last couple of days. Matter of fact, you have not made a payment. How soon are you going to make a payment? Did you know that by any chance? Were you aware that your policy was canceled? Were you aware that last month they didn't receive a payment? Well, in that case, let me share something with you, and you're going to appreciate what I'm telling you, because the message that I'm going to give you right now is going to make a difference. It's going to impact you in a positive way. Now, just so you can know, driving without insurance, that's going to put you in a tough situation. If you get pulled over, that's a ticket. If you're involved in an accident, that's money out of pocket. I don't want you to be in those situations. How soon can you make it in? You know what, sir? I understand. I understand you're busy. I need you to come in as soon as possible. Now, 90% of my customers appreciate the way I help them, appreciate the effort, appreciate the fact that I care about them so much, because I truly do. Now, I don't want you to come after you get pulled over. I don't want you to come after you're involved in a situation. I want you to come in today. All my customers love the fact that I'm helping them for today, that I care so much about their situation. I care about your situation. How soon can you make it in? So your delivery has to be different than what it was yesterday. Okay, you really have to sound energetic. You got to sound like you enjoy what you're doing. I enjoy what I do. I really do. You should as well. Because if you're here, you're working within the call-in center department, you got to enjoy making calls. And the calls, you have to make them a certain way. So if you're not projecting your energy and the information the way I just gave you an example on, you have to make some changes. You have to work on that. Don't worry. We're talking about being effective, being successful, being productive, and for our performance to be at a better level than what it was yesterday. So you need to follow these things. Good attitude, your projection level, your energy, all of these things, your tone, everything makes a difference. Customers they're gonna be like, wow, this guy, this representative, this lady, never had a conversation with anybody with that energy. Matter of fact, I wasn't even gonna show up, but I'm gonna show up because it seems like they're happy there. That's a happy department. That's a happy company. Customers are gonna make an evaluation as soon as you hang up the phone. I do. I talk to someone, sometimes, I get so disappointed that I tell them, look, you know what, thank you for your time, goodbye. I don't even want to continue the conversation. That's how disappointed I am in certain people. So I want you to understand this, because this is a reflection of the company. So if you use good energy, your tone is good and positive and powerful, they like you, they love your energy, they're going to come in. So if you've asked yourself, how come there's a lot of appointments that don't show up? Maybe it's your energy. Maybe it's your attitude. Maybe it's the way you're projecting your information. Bump it up a little bit more. Put a little bit more energy. Sound a little bit more enthusiastic. Sound a little bit more positive, more happy. Customers are going to like that. If you don't, you're going to have the same performance. So once again, it's very important to follow these things. Take some notes, determine what you're doing wrong, and make sure you follow them as of today.